Yo, it's your boy Jerry the Great, and you are tuned into a brand new episode of Just Jerry, the Just Jerry podcast, the midweek dignified delinquent catch up with no mustard. Oh man, I feel like it's been a while since I've did one of these. Lot going on in the world right now in my life. I've been gone. I know if you are a dignified delinquent, you definitely know. If you're listening to this show, I think that you would know too. But we were out of the country for a good little minute. My wife and I, we went to Dubai for our 4th wedding anniversary and my 30th birthday. Now, we went before. My birthday is actually, this episode comes out on Wednesday. My birthday is tomorrow, September the 21st, as well as our wedding anniversary is also on my birthday, September 21st. But I got to go to a wedding. My one of my good friends is getting married, so I have to go to a wedding of his. And that's how I'm spending my 30th birthday. So not complaining, no complaints at all. No complaints at all. So we celebrated early. We went out there and we celebrated early. And that pushed me back. One, I was in Dubai. I think I put one episode out that first week we got there. We got there like on a Monday. We left on Sunday, got there Monday. And that Wednesday, I think I might have put the Rodney Perry episode out, which was dope. If you haven't checked it out, go check out the Rodney Perry episode of Just Jerry podcast right here where you're listening to this one. And then that weekend, I did not put a Dignified Delinquents out. And then we left on that following, how long? We was in Dubai for like a good 8 days, a little bit over a week. We left on that, Tuesday night, got back to Florida on Wednesday, and I put a Dignified. So I'm really just trying to figure out what the hell is up, down, left, and right, because my days are all over the place. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm jet lagged a little bit still, and it's been about a week since we've been back. I'm still jet lagged. It's good, but it's not. The reason why it's good is because it's putting me on a great sleep schedule. Like I am doing what every motivational book tells you to do, nigga. I'm in bed early and up even earlier. Like I think the other night I was asleep around 8 p.m., which is abnormal for me. I went to sleep around 8 p.m. and woke up at like 4:41, 5 o'clock in the morning and was up. And that's because Dubai is 8 hours ahead of where we are in America. But it worked out going to Dubai because when we got to Dubai, we left we didn't leave Jacksonville. We left Orlando at maybe 9 o'clock that night. So 9 o'clock Sunday night, we left Orlando. The flight to Dubai was a 14.5-hour flight. So when we landed in Dubai and finally got to our hotel, it was about 7:30 at night. So we were still tired from the flight. So we literally just went to bed. Like of course, waited till 10 or 11, but we went to bed. And then when we woke up on, what day was that? What day did we wake up? Tuesday in Dubai. When we woke up on Tuesday in Dubai, it was like a new day. So it was good. But coming back, when you losing that day or gaining that, whatever the hell you're doing, I'm still thrown off by it. I don't mind because I go to bed at a good hour and wake up at a good hour, and I feel more productive. But I feel like I be sleepy at times when I should not be sleepy. Like 7:30, I should not be yawning. That's not my bedtime. So it feels weird. But man, it's so good to be back. This episode, I'm going to talk about the trip to Dubai, man. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. So a lot of people were asking, how was Dubai? Listen, I will say this. The entire thing was an experience, right? Everything from leaving Orlando. So we flew to Orlando on an airline called Emirates Airline. And Emirates is an international airline. Like, they ain't gonna pick you up in Orlando and take your ass to Detroit. No, you got to be going across some water. You got to be going across the water if you on Emirates Airline. So we had, I think my wife, I said it on another show, but I was supposed to do like a trip to Jamaica. And we've done Jamaica before, but I was going to do like a group trip to Jamaica. But people were moving a little slow. You know how you plan a trip, like, yeah, we going to go. I'm going to go. Yeah. People were moving a little too slow for my liking. Like, I'm very action forward. I'm very, okay, I told you on Monday, Tuesday, you should have at least took a step. You ain't had to do it, did it, but you should have at least taken a step on Tuesday. Wednesday coming, you ain't take a step, I'm on to something else. Y'all niggas is playing. So I told my wife I was like, let's do something different. I'm turning 30. I want to do something that we haven't done. We done Jamaica, we done the Bahamas, we done a cruise, we done Mexico a couple of times. Let's go to Dubai. Fuck it. I was just jokingly saying that. And then I wake up on Tuesday and she took a step. she took more than a step. She had a whole motherfucking itinerary ready. Like, okay, so when we get to Dubai, this is the airline, this is gonna be the cost, this is da. So I was like, oh shit, it sounds like we are going to Dubai. So as it got closer, my wife, she had picked out these seats. Now, the airline, like I said, Emirates is an international airline. So you ain't going on those 737. You on a big airplane, a 777 or Airbus. What is it, 386 or 380? That's the double decker ones. We were on the 777. So it's a wide plane and it's long as hell. So she had picked our seats, and she tried to do a seat where you get extra leg room. It's and in the back in economy, it's the 3 on the left, like a regular flight, 3 on the left, and then in the middle it's 5 seats, and then it's 3 more. So what's that? That's 11. That's 11 people in a row technically, right? With the aisles in between. So she picked the seats where you pay a little extra, and it's only 2 people in your row. It's you and whoever you're sitting with. And then you got people in front of you, people behind you, but there's nobody else on your row. And you get a window seat. I've always heard people talk about Emirates Airlines. If you go look at some TikToks, you will see people talk about Emirates Airlines and their business class, and how their business class is like top tier. I wanted to experience that, but I know that I don't have business class money. Because when I looked at the tickets, I was like, ooh, business class, like 2 tickets for business class is a car. Damn near. Like if you first class is definitely a brand new 2023. Business class is a used low mileage Volkswagen for sure. For 2 people, it's a car. So I had a couple of friends who traveled to Dubai, traveled on Emirates, and they put me up on game of, wait till you get closer or day of at the gate and ask for a same day upgrade. So I was like, bet. In the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, my plan is to ask for a same day upgrade. So the night before, I was in the app getting ready to check into our seats, and it said discounted upgrade. So I showed my wife. She didn't want to do it. She was like, no, we are to pay for these seats. We got good seats. We don't know how our economy gonna feel. That's just a waste of money. Because it wasn't a car, but it was definitely expensive. It was expensive. So she was like, that's just a waste of money. You just throwing money away. So I'm trying to convince her, like, no, we need to experience this at least one time. I'd show her the Steve Harvey video where he's like, try business class one time, upgrade once. So she finally agreed. We upgraded to business class, and dog, I'll tell you this. I didn't believe, not that I didn't believe, I never experienced it. The difference in treatment that you get when you're at a different level. You know what I mean? And I'm not even just talking about the plane and airlines, just in life. The difference of treatment that you get when you at a different level. And when we upgraded to business class, that let me know I'm not at the level I thought I was at. Not that I thought I was at a particular level or need to be at a particular level, but I realized, like, if there is a level that you want to be at, I ain't at that yet. Like, I got these discounted business class tickets, but what is this like on a regular Tuesday? You know what I mean? But I posted some video and some pictures on my Instagram story from like live in action while it was happening. Man, they bringing you champagne. They keeping your drinks going. The drinks were included. I think I was drunk before I left the air, which I needed to be for a 14.5-hour flight. They came and turned your seat into a bed. The seat lays completely back. You got the nice big screen TV. They bringing you 3 meals. You're getting your breakfast. You're getting breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you're getting a snack in between that. Little small bites. Push a button, they come in. It was beautiful service. Now coming back, they didn't offer the promotional upgrade to business class, and they wanted us to pay full price. So we was definitely not gonna do that. But I did I did say coming back, I was like, okay, I got to get my life in order. I got to find out how I can get some more money to where I don't have to sit back here ever again. I don't want to sit back here no more. It was a completely different experience in the back. And now, granted, we fly JetBlue Airlines. I'd have flew Delta. I'd have flew Southwest. I flew AirTran, if you remember AirTran back in the day. So I don't mind sitting like at the back of a plane, but it's so much of a different experience once you've done the business class to go back to economy. And it wasn't even premium economy. It was the economy. But it was a really great trip, man. Dubai is a beautiful country. The first thing I will say, because everybody asks me, like, how was Dubai? Hot, nigga. In the words of Kevin Hart, hot, daddy, hot. It was hot as hell. Just to put into perspective of how hot Dubai was. I'm from Florida. And everybody who we met in Dubai who found out that we were from Florida, they will all say the same question, like, oh, you're used to the heat? So you're used to this heat. And our answer would always be, no, not this kind of heat. No. Yeah, it's hot in Florida. It's hot and it's humid in Florida. This shit over here, this desert heat, this is something completely different. For example, in Florida, say the high for the day is 96. Say we got a 96 and the feel like temperature is 100. Cool. You can plan for that. 96 feel like, but that 96 is going to be the high. So that 96 is going to be your 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock hours. 4, 5, 6, it's going to get a little cooler. As the sun goes down, it gets a little cooler in Florida, right? So you're used to that. When you wake up in the morning in Florida, 6 o'clock in the morning, you wake up, go for a run. The high for the day is 96, but it might be 81 when you wake up. Nigga, in Dubai, I woke up every morning around 7 o'clock, and sun is out because they don't do the daylight saving shit, nigga. They on 1 o'clock. They all year. Sun come up every morning about 6:52 over there. And nigga, when I woke up at 7 o'clock and I stepped outside, it was 97 degrees 7 o'clock in the morning. What the fuck? 97 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the high for the day might be like 105, 110. So we did a tour. We did a tour and we asked the tour guide, we was like, is this normal for y'all? Like, this is it? He was like, yeah. He was like, in Dubai, we may get 3 days of rain throughout the whole year. Just 3. I was like, damn. So hot is the word. But it is a beautiful country, man. I realized that America, where we're the land of the free, and we are this beautiful country, and I'm happy to be a part of this country. We behind like a motherfucker. We do so many things It's almost like we are in a stone age in other countries such as Dubai, and I'm almost willing to beg and say that China might be in that conversation. It's a whole bunch of other countries that's probably far more technical advanced than we are, far more government and infrastructurally advanced than we are. Like the buildings in Dubai, the architect, all that stuff is beautiful. And then even like some of the laws, you know, of course, don't make sense. Like when it comes to, you know, the women and women's rights over there, which women can't argue with men over there. And that was okay with me because I had a very peaceful vacation. I looked at my wife, I wish you would try to get the last word because it would be your last word. Okay. It would be your last one, okay? You might want to. I got a lot of text messages, whole lot of text messages, but like things in Dubai made sense. Like homelessness is against the law. You can't be homeless in Dubai. They gonna get you a job now, whether you working in marketing, communication, finance, or you gonna be pulling a damn camel. Your ass is going to work, and everybody has a house. Everybody has a place to stay. They're going to put you in a place to stay. Now, it might be you and 16 other people, but it's yours, partially. 1/16 of it is yours. You don't pay taxes in Dubai. You don't pay like from your paycheck. And tourism pays for the city as well as businesses that's coming to Dubai. If you make over $250,000 as a business, you're taxed 5% on that, which I thought was pretty damn cool. America, we have the problem of not taxing the richest of the rich, and that money could be going back into the. So it was interesting. I will say one of my favorite parts of Dubai, of course, was the Safari Desert. We did a tour of old Dubai, which is like where you go and get all the history. We didn't make it to Abu Dhabi. We were supposed to, but we were drained. And we did something that we ain't did probably since college, and I don't even know if we did it in college. We went out to 2 clubs in one night, nigga. That is a big feat for me. That is huge for me. We went to so there is, and I want to find it because I want to give them a shout out because they do a really good job of curating these opportunities. So there is a entertainment group. Now, let me say this too. They do a great job of marketing in Dubai. They do a great job marketing. These motherfuckers are gonna market their ass off. So there, if you traveling to Dubai, know somebody that's traveling to Dubai, please tell them to look up the spot_events, right? It's on Instagram. It's called the spot_events. So on Friday, they have this party called Out of Office Friday. It's a pool party, rooftop. We went to that. It was decent. It was decent. I thoroughly enjoyed their Saturday soul brunch. Soul brunch on Saturday was turned the hell up. Everybody was in there. It was a great time. The DJ was great. The vibe was great. The food was great. So that was my big 30th. Like that's what we were planning on doing to celebrate my 30th. And then the DJ made an announcement. He was like, yeah, we having the official after party, old school versus new school. This, that, and the third right around the corner. So we was like, shit, we out. Let's go there. And then you got to pay for all you can drink. And it was, you know, you get all you can drink and they going to be bringing them damn drinks to you. So that was fun. So if you're going to Dubai, man, look up the spot_event, see what they got going on. You won't be disappointed in that. I think the only thing that kind of made us a little upset, and it wasn't even necessarily a thing of Dubai, or maybe it was. When we first got there, we were staying at a hotel called Sofitel de Palm, and we were staying. They have regular hotel rooms, then they have what they call like apartment rooms, where it has the kitchen, the living room, and all that stuff. So with us being there for an extended period of time, we decided to get the apartment version. So with that, my wife had the great idea, because we're not staying at an all-inclusive resort, we should go and we should get groceries for the week that we gonna be here, so that way we can cook, we can, we don't have to go out and spend money every time we get home because we have snacks and food here at the hotel. Cool. So we went to the mall, and we were staying in the Palm. So there's the Palm, there's downtown, there's Blue Water Island, like there's different parts of it. So we went to a mall that was technically in the Palm area, started with a J, Jeremiah Mall or something like that. And it was a big mall. I think this mall had like 4 stories, and it's not even the biggest mall in Dubai, like a 4-story mall. So we just, walking around the mall. We went into they had like familiar stores that you would know. Like it wasn't anything crazy. They had some stores that was like, hey, what's that? But a lot of the stores you'll see H&M and Foot Locker and all that stuff. So my wife, we had in the room, we had a big I call it a big Whitney Houston tub. I think that's what they probably found her in because it was deep and it was big. Like my ass can fit in the tub and can lay flat and can go under the water. That's how big the tub was. I call it the Whitney Houston tub. So we had a big Whitney Houston tub in the room. So my wife saw Lush and she was like, oh, I can go in there, I can get some bath bombs, and then we can put bath bombs in the tub and, it'll be cool. I was like, oh yeah, Lush, that's perfect. So we went into Lush. It was only one person working. She came from behind the counter and she was like damn near in Veronica's pocket. Like she was just like on her, but she wasn't saying anything. And if you're familiar with Lush, you're supposed to be able to go into Lush and like touch the stuff and smell it and pick up bath bombs. So I was like, okay, like I don't want to trip. I'm not gonna trip, but this is weird. And then the lady didn't really say anything. She was an Asian woman. She didn't say anything until Veronica turned to her, and then she was like, "Oh, this one is our Barbie bomb." That it was weird because in America, and I've been black for 30 years now almost. In America, like when someone's following you in the store or watching you, they may be like in the row next to you, like fake looking at clothes or fake hanging up stuff. They watching the black people, and we've experienced that if you black. In Dubai, they weren't trying to hide it. It was like, no, I'm on your ass. Like I wish the fuck you would. So that was uncomfortable. So I was like, well, maybe it was just that store. I was like, maybe it is Lush. People could just grab a bath bomb and run away. Maybe. And then we went to another store and they did the same thing in that store. Then the next day we went to the Mall of Dubai, which is like the world's biggest mall, which was crazy. She had like 152 exits. It was weird. We went to the Mall of Dubai. And they did it to me. They did it to Veronica. Like whatever store we went into, other than like H&M, I went into a shoe store. Like one shoe on the wall, they own me. Like, what the fuck you think I'm gonna steal the right shoe? Like, what the fuck? So I told Veronica, I was like, I don't know if that is because we're black. And none of them, I want to point out that the people that were following us in the store were not native to that area. Because Dubai is like a melting pot. A whole bunch of people are there. The people who were following us in the stores were not native to the area. I want to point that out. They were like Asian and European. They were not native to Dubai. I told Veronica, I was like, I don't know if it's because we're black or if it's because we're American or if it's because we're black and American. Like, cause I was like, I want to find some Africans because there's a lot of Africans in Dubai. I was like, I want to look at an African and see, like, just people watch and see if they follow the Africans, like, cause then I'll know, like, oh, it's because we're American. And I don't know why, but you can tell, like, you can look at other black people and tell if they were from America or if they were from Africa. I don't know how. Now some of them had big gums. So I was like, oh, what tribe are you from? Like, what country are you from? Because that might be where my ancestry lies. But besides that, man, it was a great experience. It was interesting to know that Dubai is one of the safest places in the world. Like, women can walk by themselves at 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and be perfectly fine and safe. And I thought that they was just blowing smoke up our ass until we were driving at like 1 o'clock in the morning coming from the club, and we saw women walking by themselves. And I was like, damn, that's interesting. Kids roaming by themselves. It was really cool, man. Money, nigga, If you ordered a 5-piece from Popeyes in America and had it delivered via Uber Eats, it's damn near a light bill. It's damn near the cost of a light bill. 5-piece from Popeyes is gonna run you about $13. Side and a drink, you damn near at $20 right there. In Dubai, 5-piece fries, bread, side, drink, $8. And it's fresh. I was like, damn. And to get it delivered, it's like pennies. It's like pennies. And you don't have to tip, but the suggested tip is like $1 American. So things like that made me go like, okay. I can see why people move here. I can see why people like it here. That it was definitely like the tourist area of Dubai, because then we went to old Dubai, and I was like, okay, like still not bad, still very nice people. Not nice if you got to get used to their ways, in the sense of, like, I think in the Western hemisphere over here where we at, our culture is to say excuse me. Like, you ain't gonna, if somebody in your way, you should, not everybody, but you should be like, excuse me, let me get by. Like you gonna, whatever. On the Eastern hemisphere, it's almost like people got someplace to go and you in my way move. Like it's expected for you to get out of my way. If you just standing there, you ain't going nowhere, I'm going somewhere, move. It was also interesting to see, not that the people were mean, especially like the locals, not that they were mean, but they just didn't believe in small talk. Like, you jump in an Uber in America, they might talk your head off. You might be like, hey, can we play some music? In Dubai, like, they're not going to talk to you. They're not going to make small talk with you. At least that was my experience. A lot of people were not talking. It was one guy who was really cool, but he wasn't from there. He was from another country, and he was very informative and talking a little bit too much for my taste, but he was talking. But everybody else who I interacted with that were from there locally, is business. And if you're not, like, if we ain't got nothing to talk about for real, I'm not gonna just make small talk. I don't care where you're from, because the likelihood of me seeing you again after you get out of my car is very slim to none. So that was very interesting. But it was a great fucking trip. My wife and I, we normally do 1 or 2 trips a year. We do a spring trip, and then we do a fall, I guess summer trip around our birth anniversary. And we normally do all inclusive. This resort, Sofitel de Palm, which was a very nice resort, was not all inclusive, but it was good because it forced us to get out of the hotel property and go out. Like, whenever we go to Cancun or to Mexico or to the Bahamas, we haven't just went and stayed. We took a cruise there. But any other place that we go to outside of America has typically been all inclusive, which is cool because everything that you need is at the resort. You ain't got to go no fucking where. But it's not, because then you can't get out and explore. Now, I also would say, in Mexico, that ain't a city that you just want to go out and explore in. Like, you ain't gonna just take no taxi and say, take me down the road. Like, that's a whole different city. Same with Jamaica. So man, it was a very, very fun trip. That plane ride back was 15 and a half hours. That was nuts. I couldn't tell. I don't watch so many movies, so many TV shows. I couldn't really sleep back there because my seat wasn't laying back like it was in business class when we first went. But yeah, man, it was a great trip. I highly recommend it to anybody. And I don't think that it's as expensive as people would assume it to be. I'll say that. Yeah, I don't think that is as expensive as people would assume it to be. So if you looking for something to do, if you're looking for a trip, if you're looking to go and experience the eastern side of the earth, I recommend Dubai. My homie actually went to Italy. Shout out to my guy Dwayne. He went to Italy around, like he went And then when he came back, we was going to Dubai and came back, and I talked to him once I got back, and he enjoyed that too. So also Italy could be on your list. Oh man, this was years ago. So some people have vision boards. Some people have vision boards and they go and cut clips or, put pieces to pit, whatever. Whatever you do on your vision board, whatever works for you. I've never been a vision board type of guy. I've never been the person to create a vision board, want a vision board. It just didn't make sense to me. Like, I don't need to see it. Like, I'm in my head kind of person. I can vision this shit inside my head, and I can make moves towards it. I will say though, I don't have a vision board, but I do have a gratitude list and a prayer list. And the gratitude list and the prayer list is the gratitude section is everything that you're grateful for, and then the prayer list is everything that you pray to God for that you want. And on my prayer list that I need to now move to my gratitude list, I saw this the other day. I had the ability to travel with ease. And I don't know what I meant when I wrote that. I think I was just saying, like being able to travel, go to different places, explore different things without, it being a huge burden. And I'm fortunate enough to where that has been the case for us for probably a good little minute now. Like, I think the first maybe long trip, if I'm not mistaken, my wife and I took together was probably to Biloxi. We stayed in Biloxi. We went to Biloxi, Mississippi, and stayed out there with the casinos. And that was like our first trip. Then we did Cancun one year, the Hyatt Ziva. And then we did Jamaica at Sandals and some cruises. So I think that the gratitude and prayer list is something that definitely works for me. And it's interesting seeing the things come from your prayer list over to the gratitude list, and you're saying thank you for that every day. That had nothing to do with shit. I just wanted to say that just because I was trying to transition to my next piece. Oh man. So shout out to everybody in Dubai. Shout out to everybody who was sending me messages, telling me places to go and places to explore and all that good stuff. I definitely tried some of those out. Not all, but some of them. I definitely tried some of them. Still jet lagged though. Still trying to figure out what day is what and all that good stuff. It's crazy. So I sleep with the TV on. I have to sleep with the TV on. Unless I'm like dead tired, the TV can probably slip off. But for the most part, if I'm getting into bed to go to sleep, the TV got to be on. My wife, however, hates the TV. She can't stand the TV on. I think it'd be the changing of the lights. Sometimes it'd be too loud, like especially if a TV show has a laugh track, and the laugh track doesn't necessarily match the action on the screen. So if you think about like the first 4 seasons of the game when it was on the CW, like they'll be talking here, and the laugh track could go way up there. Then they'll like it throws her off. But what I discovered recently, because even last night I went to sleep watching the show Girlfriends. I watched all eight seasons when it came to Netflix last year, or the year before that, whatever that was. And now it's just background noise. I've seen the episodes a couple of times, but it's good sleep TV. And when I realized, my wife told me today, she was like, Girlfriends is a good sleep show because it's not too loud. The loudest person on the show is Maya, and she ain't talking all the time. So, but I realized, I was like, oh shoot, you know what? That is true about a lot of the 90s sitcoms, minus like Martin, the Jamie Foxx show, the Wayans brothers, those loud in your face comedies. 90s sitcoms are good go to sleep to shows. One, because they're good, but two, like the level of mellowness is good. Like Living Single is a great show to go to sleep to. Hang with Mr. Cooper. The Parkers, of course, is my shit. Moesha. Sister. I just realized something though about Sister. okay, I'm gonna say it like this. I think that Sister is a good show. I just didn't know how lame of a show it was, right? Like, great fucking show. I've watched every single episode. I remember watching it when I was younger. Lame fucking show. And it was one episode that did it for me in particular. It was the episode when they came back and Roger supposedly had this glow up over the summer. He wasn't lame, go home Roger. He had turned in, this motherfucker was Steve Urkel and turned into Stefan, basically. He had his glow up. He had got a little taller, matured. The episode of that first one, I was like, oh, this is a lame ass show. Somebody, and I think it was Tamara who said it, but it was something stupid. She was like, you want to be my bumper buddy? And then he was like, yeah, I'll be your bumper buddy. And he's like, I'll see you later, bumper buddy. And I don't know what it was about that fucking line. I don't know who wrote that line. I don't know why if it was how they delivered it. I was like, oh, this show lame as shit. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm gonna keep watching it. But it's a lame ass show. I was like, y'all just ruined it. Like, I love how they came back towards those last 2 seasons when they were in college, and they tried to bring in the sorority fraternity piece, the blackness of it. I think Ray on the show, Tim Reed in real life, I think that he is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So they had brought some of that in. I remember seeing the Kappas on that show stepping. The Deltas had a big presence on that show. So I remember, like, that was cool. But that fucking bumper buddy, I'll be your bumper buddy. Like, that shit just, I was like, all right, now y'all borderline on the edge of corny, if not on the cob. Like, y'all right the fuck there. But I don't know why that did that to me. Just that one line ruined that whole fucking show for me. Just that one fucking line. I think because I'm getting older, I think small stuff is just pissing me off. It's making me frustrated. Today, man, I did though. I had a realization. Like, damn, I turned 30 this week. And I think Bree said it on the show the week before last, where he was saying, you know, a lot of people didn't get to experience this age. Like my wife, she's always finding gray hairs tucked within my hairs, and she be pulling them. I'm like, stop pulling them. They're going to come back double if you pull them. I don't know if that's true or not, but just don't pull them. But I was like, man, I think that, you know, of course for me, old is the goal, but I took a moment today to reflect on just my life, some of the trials and tribulations that I've had in life to get to where I am today. And I had to tell myself, I was like, damn it, Jeriel, I'm proud of you. I am proud of you, because I know a lot of people who, not a lot of people, but I know people who didn't get the opportunity to get this old. I think back all the time to 2013 when Trayvon Martin was killed, and I maybe was a year or two older than Trayvon. 2013, July 2013, I was, I turned 18. I was about 2 years older than Trayvon Martin when he got killed. I was 19, he was 17. And I think back to Jordan Davis here in Jacksonville and countless others who didn't have the opportunity to live. And not saying this in a bragging way or a boastful way, I'm just gonna say it how I say it. I'm having the opportunity to live, and not just live, but, you know, do things that I don't think was ever front of mind for me. You know, traveling to Dubai, doing these different things. Like, I don't think that wasn't never, like, you know, the plan. At least I don't think it was. So I'm just happy and grateful for that. Grateful for my life, my wife, my friends. Man, this I had a whole little praise break today, just because you know how you listening to music, and then the gospel song come on, then that one to come on, then you put on another one, and then another one turns to about 10. I had like a good 10 song run praise break where I was just like, okay, this is amazing. My question is though, if you're listening to gospel music, right? Say it's Sunday morning, you having praise and worship. It's about 10 o'clock, 11:30. You praising and worshiping. 12 o'clock, you want to make that transition. What's your transition song? What song can you put right behind Shirley Caesar? Like, that's going to transition from, okay, we was at gospel. Now we finna get ready and we going to work our way over the hill. I think anything 90s R&B. For me, it's 90s R&B. That's a good transition from gospel to we about to go on to get across this hill. Because you can't jump right from Fred Hammond and go right into BG the Hot Boy. You can't do that. You can't jump from Kirk Franklin and go right to Kodak. It don't work like that. You can't come from Reverend James Cleveland and go right into Gunna. That don't work. So what's your transition song from gospel praise and worship to, okay, here we go? I think it's some 90s R&B. 90s R&B, 70s R&B for me is a good transition. But I'm curious to know what y'all's is. Before I go, man, I don't know if I said this also. I did. I've been saying it throughout the whole episode, but my birthday is on the 21st, but also my wife and I are celebrating our 4th wedding anniversary on September 21st. So shout out to my beautiful wife, Veronica. She has made me a better version of me. She motivates me. She keeps me going. So I wanted to dedicate. I was gonna do one song, but I think it's a little whatever. The song I was gonna do was going to be September by Earth, Wind and Fire, and just because they give me a shout out, do you remember the 21st night of September? Just because that's in there, but because it's also my wife and I anniversary. I've been rocking with this song. I found it on TikTok. So this right here is going to be my song of the day, man. I appreciate y'all for watching and listening. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for it being so long since I did one of these, but thank y'all for rocking with me and fucking with me. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to check this out. And a brand new episode of the Dignified Delinquents, Lord's willing, will drop this Saturday. So song of the week, Lil Boo Thing by Paul Russell.